right into it. Recording in progress. All right. All right. So here we go. All right, guys, welcome to the Video Marketing Ninjas podcast. And I am just uber excited to have, before we get started, Mandy McEwen, right?
McEwen, yeah. I hope my dog doesn't bark either, by the way.
Yeah.
If so, we can cut it out.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, it's all
McEwen.
good.
Yep.
McEwen, right? All right, cool. I had it right. All right, so here we go. 3, 2. All right, guys, welcome to the Video Marketing Ninjas podcast. I am super excited to have Mandy McEwen on the program. She is a LinkedIn video ninja. I've been following her for a long time now. And when I poked her to be on the show and she said yes, I was just geeked out to have her on. So Mandy, welcome to the Video Marketing Ninjas podcast.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for being on. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself and like how you got started in becoming this LinkedIn, just like video ninja. Give the little background on yourself.
LinkedIn video ninja. I like that. I think you're the first person to call me a LinkedIn video ninja.
You should buy that domain.
I know, right? I know, exactly. So I started off in digital marketing actually in 2007, which makes me feel really old. And then started my agency in 2010, and we were a full service agency. So we did everything, SEO, content, PPC, all of it. And I was always big on organic blogging and just content in general, right? So when I first started out, that was my jam. So SEO, right? SEO friendly content. And then I started leveraging LinkedIn more, and I was using it to get clients. And then I would have other agencies ask me like, how are you using LinkedIn to get clients? And so I would show them and tell them. And back in the day, I will admit that this is like the wild, wild west when you could use automation tools like crazy and they worked, right?
Yeah.
So 2007, those were the days. Now I would not recommend that. Or 2017, sorry. Okay. So 2007 is when I started. 2017 is when I started helping people with LinkedIn, right? So 10 years later, after I start dabbling in this, I'm like, yeah, we have something here. I'm using it to grow my agency. We had all sorts of different clients, tech clients, healthcare clients. And it was such a great resource for me leveraging automation, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I would teach agencies how to do this. And then they were like, why don't you make a course on this? Okay, good idea. So I had a pretty successful LinkedIn course back in 2017 called Mod Lead Gen Masters. It was like a coaching program / course where I taught agencies and consultants how to leverage LinkedIn. And that did really well, but like typical ADD entrepreneur, I jumped into like a million other things, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
Exactly. I was like, I got to do this. Now that I have this successful course, I'm going to make like 12 more.
Yeah.
So like an idiot, I went and did that.
Shiny object syndrome. That's what my business coach calls it. Shiny object syndrome.
It is a thing for real.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Created a bunch more courses on, 4 agencies doing different things. And then kind of pivoted into, let's go back and focus more on this LinkedIn route. So I had actually caught the attention of LinkedIn's own marketing team. And so I was invited to, their Live with Marketers show. This was, of course, pre-COVID, right? In-person events. Yeah. And they would have me, in-person events. Plus I would be, part of their blogs and interviews, et cetera.
So cool.
And which was awesome. And so I was kind of building up this presence as like the LinkedIn girl. And I was like, why don't we just focus on this? Like, why don't we just go all in on the tech angle, help B2B companies and focus on LinkedIn? And so that's where we're at now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to open the door and then we're going to come back. So my dog will not.
It's all good. No worries. No worries.
I ended that strategically so we can.
You're awesome. Love it. Love it.
Okay, I just left the door open, so she can.
There you go.
She pleases. God.
No worries.
Okay, so now we can pick back up.
All right.
Hold on, let me fix my hair.
Do your thing.
Okay, we're good.
Right, Nathan's my podcast editor. Nathan, just you know what, you do your magic, man. Do your magic. So, all right, here we go. That's awesome. So when did you start seeing video? Because you do a lot of video on LinkedIn, like. Every time I see you do that, like I feel like I drop a lot of video as well, but I feel like when I see your content, I'm like, man, I gotta start leveling up. I gotta get up to Andy's level here and start dropping some more content here. So when did you start seeing video as a really powerful medium, specifically on LinkedIn?
Yeah. Good question. So back up to before I get to that, back in 2015 is when I started creating videos. So I was already online doing my thing for many years before I even started creating video. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little awkward. Okay. So I was kind of nervous. And I feel like the older I get, the more like extroverted and the less I care about what other people think anyway. So that might have had something to do with it, but it was not, it was not natural for me. And so I started doing it more and more, and I had courses. And so, I kind of got into this groove of I was going live in my Facebook group and in my communities a lot when I was working more with agencies. And so I got more comfortable with it. Right. And it was a lot of live, honestly. And that's what it is now. So what I did a bunch of live, I would get used to that. And then I decided, within the last, I think, year and a half, almost 2 years now, to go do LinkedIn Live. And I got access to LinkedIn Live. And since we were focusing on that, I was like, okay, so I was going live once a week and on my ambitious outcome show, which I still have now. And I moved it to once a month. But honestly, Doug, the easiest way for me to make videos is to just go live and talk like you and I are right now, and then take those splices and make video clips on them. And that's all my videos are. Like, I rarely do one-off video posts where it's just me, where I'm just recording myself talking and then I go and post that. Like I don't want to say never. I rarely do that now. And that's awesome. Like, that's still a totally viable thing to do. But because I go live now and, do interviews like this frequently, I have enough content that is more like candid and not scripted, where I'm just hopping on and talking like this, where I have backlogs. I mean, we have months and months worth of videos, and then I have a video guy that puts it together. But the thing is I realized early on years ago that video was where I needed to be, because that's how I can stand out more and get people to know me as a human being. And as you know, people do business with people they know, like, and trust, obviously. And there's no other way to do that, in the capacity that we do with video. Like, video is where you do that. And so it was just one of those things where I have to be leveraging it more. And to be honest, because of like bandwidth issues, I could be posting a video a day on LinkedIn. We just aren't, because of the work and the bandwidth required, but we have endless content of me, which is great. But it's crazy because, I hear people talk about my videos all the time. I love them. But if you look at like the statistics, my videos perform way less than, views wise than all my other content. But when I talk to people, they always bring up my videos, right?
Yeah.
And so it's funny because you can't look at like the vanity metrics and stuff like that, right? Because it's so powerful, but the LinkedIn algorithm is weird with the views and, how they do their thing with the video. So looking at the stats, you're like, actually your other posts do a hell of a lot better. But then that's not what my clients are saying that are coming to me, people that are hiring me, leads, random people. I love your videos. I love your videos. And so it's just one of those things where, I have to be, it's just a no-brainer, right? And that's kind of my personality anyway, is I could sit here and talk to you forever, right? On this topic. And so it's like, that's kind of my thing, right? And I know not everyone is as comfortable, but my, word of advice is to just do it, because just like anything, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it.
Exactly. Yeah. Even to go back exactly what you just said, just go ahead and start doing it, because a lot of people are listening to this are digital marketing agencies, and they're wanting to add a video service to their service offering, right? They want to add video, and just getting started and just doing it is essentially what they need to tell their customers and tell their clients. And just, you said before, like, even when I started doing videos, I had a lot more hair. Two,
that's amazing.
Two, it's always awkward at the very beginning. Like, I look at my early videos, and I think when my LinkedIn post I'm getting ready to drop here, it could be one of my early videos. And it was this, I thought back in the day, like I was really good, right? And like I watch it now, I'm like, oh gosh, that was so bad.
Embarrassing.
But like, you're out there doing it because like we're in this online world now.
Yeah.
And if you're not out and present in this online world, you're not getting seen and talked about.
Totally.
And in my opinion, COVID advanced video as a marketing pillar like 3 to 5 years ahead of schedule.
Yes, 100%.
People were forced to be online. They're forced to do it. It's either you do video or you fade away and die.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not only that, it's the fact that like people are craving that like human to human interaction. And so video gives you that a hell of a lot more than text does, right? So we've all been cooped up in our homes, especially last year. And so people are like, oh, I love video because I get to see a human being actually interacting,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's give some business owners and some digital marketing agencies some tips on how to get their clients doing video.
I have a really good tip, actually.
Take it away. Take it away.
This is what we do now for our clients. So the easiest way for you to get your clients to do video is to do it with them / for them. And what I mean by that is exactly what you and I are doing right now. So you hop on, except for I don't like Zoom because of the quality. Like when I make videos, I use my Switcher app, which is what I use for my LinkedIn Live. And the clarity is a lot better, FYI, than Zoom. So what I do is that we hop on my Switcher app, and it's myself and the client. And before this, we come up with like 10 questions that they can answer, right? And so instead of putting the pressure on them, like, hey, you got to show up for an hour and just start talking, about all the things, because then they're like, oh God, because most clients, even executives that we work with, like they're not video, they're not used to being on video, not like we are. So all you do is come up with these questions, you work with them on that. They approve the questions, obviously, ahead of time. You get on a video conference call just like this, you record it, and you literally ask some questions. You hop off the camera view, obviously, when the time is, ready for them to answer, and you just record their answers. And then we have a video editor go back and clip them into little tiny clips that you can then post on social media. So if you rely on your clients to do it themselves, it's never going to get done unless you have like an amazing unicorn of a client, right? Which is rare. I have had those in the past. I'm not going to lie, where they did, but they also had plenty of resources. So they had, a video studio that they were using and stuff like that. That's a rare case, when the people were, even the bigger companies, like they're busy, they're doing stuff. So if we're working with their executive teams, it's a hell of a lot easier and less resources needed for them to be like, yeah, cool. Hop on camera with Mandy, make sure the background's good. Like we give them tips and stuff like on what to wear, what not to wear, good lighting.
Cool background.
Exactly. Got to be like the cool kids. Like doesn't Mandy here. So honestly, that is by far the easiest way to get video content from clients.
Awesome. So let's go. So if they're a business, and what if they want to do like a do-it-yourselfer and they want to start creating content, they don't have all the resources or the funds to invest. What's a great way to help a company just start curating their own content just by holding up their smartphone? Like what's a good first step for them to start finding really great videos to post on LinkedIn, great topics to talk about?
Well, the thing is, it's like not everyone is meant to be on camera, right? So, and I'm saying that like with love in my heart for everyone, but it's not for everyone, honestly. And it does take practice for some people. So my thing is like, if you're working with a small business owner and they aren't comfortable on video and it's just awkward, then it's probably not a good idea because it's not going to move the needle so much. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, you kind of have to coach them through like how to do it and like their comfort level, so it's like one of those calls that you kind of have to go through the basics of, okay, here's what's included. Here's what you need to do. Here's how to hold your phone. Here's all the things you need. Let's do a test run, see how you do. Send me the raw version. I'll give you feedback and then go from there. Right. Because at the end of the day, like the last thing you want to do is be posting awkward videos.
Bad videos. Yeah. Super awkward videos.
Yeah. Like it's better not to post one that's awkward. So, and that goes back to not everyone is meant to do that. And that's totally fine. And then that's where you need to leverage some other medium of video, whether it's hiring a spokesperson online. I mean, you can go to Fiverr and hire someone for $20 to say something. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways to leverage video that it doesn't necessarily have to be you or the business owner that you're working with. If that's not their jam and if they're awkward, see if they have another person that could be the face of the company on video, that works for them. So it's like, you have to find the person that's going to be best on video because you can only coach for so long. Like if they literally just don't have it in them, then it's not going to work. If they're almost there and they just need some pointers, doable. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's exactly what one of our white labels they did. They put together this package for one of their clients that they didn't want to do the video, but they used the platform to create the video content, but they used another spokesperson to record the video and upload it to the platform produce it, done. So
Love
made
it.
the client happy, made obviously they get the spokesperson, and it's a great model for sure. So
yeah, definitely.
So when posting videos like on LinkedIn, right? So let's talk to like the regular novice person. You know, what is the right way and the wrong way to post videos on LinkedIn? Is there a right way or a wrong way?
That is a solid question. It depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So a tip that works well, and I've played around with this a lot. So I kind of have a different view because and everyone does this differently. So I put text with all my videos, right? And I used to like have longer text where I literally spelled it all out. So Chris Walker, who I actually posted a video of me and him yesterday, he's like the video, you know, he is the ultimate video LinkedIn ninja. He's been posting like daily videos for like years now, right?
Really?
And he always has long descriptions with his videos that like basically are the summary of the video. So I started to do that. And I was like, I think I'm going to like switch it up and see if my view, because here's the thing. I was thinking, and I know not everyone likes to post, back up. You need to have subtitles on all your videos before we can go any further, right? So people can read what you're saying. Okay. I want to say that before I go on here, because I don't want people just reading the text and being like, I don't need to watch Mandy's video because I just read it all. Right.
Yeah.
So I started experimenting because I was noticing my views, and you know how LinkedIn's, you know, dwell time and their algorithms work where you have to watch the video past like 3 seconds count, whatever it is. So I was like, let me test some things out. And I'm all about testing with my LinkedIn content, right? So I'm like the guinea pig for what we do for our clients. We're always testing new things. And so I started switching it up. I would say probably like, I don't know, 8 or maybe like the beginning of the year, actually, or end of last year. And I started putting less text in my videos, and I would tease them more, you know? So I'd say what it's about. And then I'd be like, check out this 90-second video. That's another thing that works well. If you're posting short videos, say 30 second, 60 second, 90 second.
I like that.
Know?
I'm gonna feel that one. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
one.
It's really good because people don't pay attention when they're scrolling. You know, they really don't look at like the actual minute, you know, timestamps on there. But if you say like 60-second video, they're like, oh, I have 60 seconds. I can watch this, you know? So I switched it up and I started teasing people more, where I would kind of give a little bit, but then I would say, watch this 90-second video to discover how XYZ. And now I do it that way. I haven't always done it that way though. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people like spell everything out in the video. And so it's just like whatever works for you. But that's what I have found works for me. It keeps people watching my videos, keeps people on them longer, and I get more engagement that way.
Yeah, I've been placing like if the topic is like how to get a great video testimonial from a client, right? I'd put jump to spots like in the text, like jump to here for this tip, jump to here for that tip. And that's been working out pretty well.
I like that. Okay. How long are the videos that you post?
Like 60 to 90 seconds.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Typically. Yep. Yeah. When I say I coach my clients too, 60, 90 seconds, but I'll be, I'm just as guilty of going over that just a little bit. Like for a longer topic one, like when we launched our video messaging tool, I did like a 7-minute video, but it got really great engagement because I was demoing how to do it. So it worked out. I think it got like, I think we have like almost 1,000 views in like 24 hours of the video, which is really cool. So we were pretty pumped about that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's the thing is like, you know, we were telling people people have short attention span, do short videos. And I'm a big believer in that. Obviously that's why all my videos are short. However, if you have great content, people will watch longer videos, you know? So I just want to point that out to the audience who is listening. Like, if you have something great and it hooks people and people are really interested in it, it can be a longer video and they will watch it. It's all about the substance and the content. And if it's valuable, and if it is, they're going to watch it. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or 30 seconds.
Yep. 100%. So, and one thing I want to touch base with you on too, and you correct me if I'm wrong too. So when people are just starting out and they don't have these like, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 person following. They're comparing like their beginning, like 400, 500 following to somebody else's like ginormous following. And so when people get started in video, they're like, oh, I only got like 150 or 120 views. And I would let them know, you could correct me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but it's that it's a physical human being watching that video for over 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's good.
That's huge. I said, I always say to them, imagine yourself in a room and you have 150 people and they're specifically listening to you and to your message. Is that valuable?
Totally. Yeah. It's so funny you brought that up, Doug, because literally this just happened yesterday. New client sends me a screenshot and it says, this is the type of engagement we want. It was a guy on LinkedIn with a video. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I write back, thanks for sharing. Just FYI, whatever his name was, Bill has 380,000 followers.
Yeah.
He's been posting every single day, multiple times a day for years. The name of the CEO that we're working for, let's say George, has 2,000 followers and hasn't posted in 18 months.
Yeah.
This is what I said. Unless he becomes a celebrity overnight, he will never, ever get that engagement. And the CMO writes back, oh, good point.
You're a CMO? What?
I'm like, well, and so it's the same thing. Like, you guys cannot compare yourself to people who have, like me, who have been doing this for a while and have however many 26,000 some followers. Like, you just can't. Like, and it's always going to start small. That's just how it is. And that's why not a lot of people do this, is because they give up before it actually starts getting good. But consistency is key. If you keep doing it, you're going to keep building a following and get more and more views. You just have to keep doing it. And so the worst thing you can do, and I fall victim to this all the time, it's just natural, I feel like, for entrepreneurs, is to compare yourself to other people. And you can't do that, especially if you want to actually have confidence in yourself, because there's nothing worse than like tearing yourself down when you're comparing yourself to other people, Yeah,
you can't do it because if you look, I would say, well, look at the numbers. Even the 50,000 person following, right? They have like 1,300, 1,400 views, and you're 1,000 or so following, maybe you get like 150 or so views. If you look at the percentage, it's pretty much exactly the same.
Yep.
I mean, some videos will get picked up, in the LinkedIn, like, hey, people are commenting on this, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how those people are kind of getting caught up in that little bit of that algorithm, right? Because they're getting like so many comments and so many minutes, stuff like that. So cool. I'm glad I was not thinking incorrect or giving my people advice that wasn't correct. That is correct.
You're right.
50, 100 people pay a lot of money to go to a conference or a trade show to talk to that many people.
Exactly. Well, and at the end of the day, Doug, it's not about, like I mentioned earlier, like, you can't focus on those vanity metrics. You just can't, and I know it's hard for us as marketers. Like, this is what we do for a living, right? It's all about the numbers and all that. But like I said in the beginning, if you look at the numbers on all my posts, like, my videos have the least amount of views out of all of my posts, but my videos are what's driving business for me. So you can't focus on just the numbers, because people are going to get to know you more from those videos. And it's so much more powerful than your text post that might have had 5,000 views. And so you can't just look at the views alone.
Yep. And correct me if I'm wrong too. LinkedIn right now is content starved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure. I mean, what is it, the stat? Like 1% of people?
It's like, we're like 800 million users worldwide, 30% log in on a monthly basis, but less than 1% of people actually contribute content. So business owners, digital marketing agencies that are listening to this right now, I mean, there's a huge opportunity for your clients to leverage LinkedIn and give social media its number one favorite food, and that's video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
100%. And it's not only like, here's the thing. LinkedIn is also every social media in general, but business social media in general, which is LinkedIn, is they are starving for that humanized content too. And there's nothing more humanized than video. Like, this is what we preach all the time. This is like the basis of my agency right now, is humanize your brand. These corporations, it's lame. They're posting a bunch of lame content, sending to webinars, sending to white papers. It's just boring. It's corporatized. No one wants that anymore. No. People want humanized content to feel like they know someone. They want to feel emotions and laugh and smile or whatever. And so there's seriously nothing else that is more powerful than humanizing your brand than video.
Yep.
And that is why I am such a big believer in it for everyone, for every business. And it's more than just let's create some really fancy videos that look amazing, or
Yeah.
like that have no humans in them or whatever.
Yeah.
It's more than that too. It's these candid videos, like short little clips. And so that is also something that I think is lacking on the platform, that I am trying to change that narrative of we don't need just a bunch of more corporate content linking to blog posts. Like we don't need that. No one needs that.
Yeah.
We need more humanized content that's providing value. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember what white papers were like the thing, man. You got to write a white paper, you got to do a white paper. It's awesome. White paper. And back in the day, I started my video production company in 2005. Okay. And back when Facebook didn't have its own video platform, I remember tweaking YouTube embed code to get it to play natively on a Facebook walls.
That's hilarious.
Like magic. So the next question I want to ask you about is I think you had one post where you had mentioned the difference between, and this is definitely a topic that needs discussed. It's the difference between men and women creating content. And I had you made a comment. Maybe it was just a direct message.
I think it was just a direct message. But now that you said that, I'm thinking like I should make a post about this. I think it was just you and I talking.
Yeah. And you'd mentioned guys have it easier to make videos than women do. Yep. And I'm not going to lie, it's 100% true, right? Especially for those of us that don't have to do it. I don't have to do my hair. I wake up, I wash my face, brush my teeth. I'm ready to go. Right.
Yep.
So, and I had, when I was running my video marketing agency, we had a woman CEO and we made a bunch of great content for her and it turned out perfect, but she hated herself.
Really?
In the video. And she paid us in full. Loved the video. Said, I hate myself. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z and refilm my videos. She wanted to go out and new hair. She hired a personal trainer.
Hilarious.
I didn't. I looked at it, I'm like, I don't see any of the things that she was seeing. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of digital marketers or video marketing people are watching this and they may have a woman CEO or a woman in a leadership role that may be wrestling with those same issues. Yeah. What advice would you give to these women on getting started and getting over that hurdle of being on camera?
Yeah, I love that question. That's a really good question. Honestly, a lot of it is like just the confidence factor, right? I mean, there's some things that you can train and coach on, and there's other things that you just can't, And so I remember when I first started doing video, this was back in 2015, my very first course was for CMOs. And so I befriended a couple of CMOs, males, of course, most of them are, especially back then. And one of them gave me feedback and he's like, you look kind of sloppy. He's like, you need to paint your nails. You need to put on a blazer. You need to do this, you need to do that. And I was like, and at first I was like, I was kind of like hurt. And then I was like, you're right, Michael, you're right. And so from then on, I am not kidding. This guy like changed the trajectory of my video marketing. From then on, I've polished, nails painted, except for my nails are not painted now, but you can't see them. So it's fine.
I was going to say something, but
they usually are, not now. And so I totally changed. Like from then on. And so it's one of those things where it's like, you have to be confident in your own skin, period. And if you're going to create videos, then you need, what is going to make you confident? What's going to make you feel good about these videos? If you need to go get your hair done before that, then do whatever you got to do, but realize that your confidence is going to come through on camera too. So if you're the type of person that you put on your power suit and you feel confident, then by all means, that's what you need to wear, So because that's going to, again, come through. And the last thing you want to do is not be confident when you're on camera. So you just have to figure out what works for you, but everyone's different, right? And I was totally fine with standing up in a t-shirt, not a t-shirt, but a short sleeve shirt with my nails not painted and doing that. Yeah. But then I was like, no, he's right. Especially when I'm targeting CMOs of tech companies. Again, this was, 6+ years ago, but and so that's what I did. And it did kind of make me more confident. And then that's just my thing now. Like I make sure that I am like done and ready and professional looking, always. And so you just have to figure that out. But it's so different for everyone, because some females, and I am all about like, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. Like if you can get up and just slap on some mascara and put your hair in a bun and wear a hoodie and get on camera and you like that, then do it. And if your audience is okay with that, then by all means do it. Like, I'm not saying you have to spend hours getting ready, but you have to do whatever's comfortable for you. Right.
I like that. That's a really good all encompassing tip. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable and confident. I think that's perfect. Perfect answer. Yep. All right. Well, I cannot think of anything else I'd want to chat about. Is there anything else that you want to add? Or
I mean, we could chat all day long about LinkedIn and video, but no, I think that's it. Really, like what I want to get across to you guys is everyone is trying their hardest, and some people are doing things and they're putting themselves out there, and that's great. And other people are afraid to put themselves out there. And so they're kind of, stuttering a little bit. And I just want to encourage you guys to go out there and do it, because honestly, and LinkedIn is the best platform. Doug, you could probably agree with me on this. People are very nice and encouraging and uplifting on LinkedIn. There's not assholes that are going to, talk shit when you're posting a video. People don't do that. And so the worst thing you could do is nothing right now, honestly, because like we mentioned earlier, there's such a massive opportunity right now. There's only 1% of people that are posting consistently on LinkedIn, if that, and there's not enough people leveraging video, honestly. And there's so many people that are scared to do it. And so when you have, when you're brave enough and have the courage to actually do it and post, people are going to appreciate that. And if you're consistent, it's going to work. Yep. So there's no other way around it. Like, you just have to start out there and do it and have the confidence. And if you mess up, like, who cares? Like, people actually like real raw video clips, right? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect and polished. Like, grab your cell phone and record something, as long as, decent lighting and it's not shaking or anything like that. Yeah. But people appreciate that real raw content. And so don't overthink it, try it, see what happens, iterate, test, try new things, but just be consistent and go out there and do it, honestly.
Awesome. So Mandy, if somebody's interested in working with you on a LinkedIn marketing plan, how can they best get a hold of you?
Yeah. LinkedIn obviously is a great place to hit me up, Mandy McEwen on LinkedIn, but you can go to modgrowmarketing.com and reach out there. We do partner with a lot of agencies on their clients as well. So if you have B2B clients that are interested in LinkedIn, we'd be more than happy to, partner with you and talk about that and adding that to your service offerings, and obviously getting you some more revenue coming in too. And then also for yourself, I'm happy to chat. So modgrowmarketing.com, you can check out all the links there, our Luminetics brand, which is our LinkedIn brand. And then follow me on LinkedIn for my content. And then of course, reach out and we can have a conversation there.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mandy, for being on the show.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.